Hey YouTube. So today I'll be talking about chapter 2 of the rhetorical acts, as well as the chapter 1 essays mentioned in the rhetorical pop culture book right here. So first, let's get into the rhetorical acts chapter 2, um, which is titled Reading Rhetorical Acts. And so this particular chapter emphasizes criticism. So, what is criticism? Uh, According to the book, criticism is an acquired thinking, speaking, and writing skill. It is a process of description, interpretation, and evaluation, and it's a certain attitude, and it's a passion to uncover the many ways in which rhetoric influences us. So, what are the 5 characteristics of critique? So, critique is someone who is knowledgeable or has experience. Someone who has really good communication skills, and someone who's basically able to communicate efficiently to other people. Someone who's good at critiquing is passionate about just what he or she is critiquing in general. They're able to point out things that are not very obvious. So yeah, basically things people don't really notice at first glance. And they're able to educate and edify listeners about a message. So basically, they're able to teach other people about what they are critiquing. So here it talks about critiquing versus the reporter. So someone who is critiquing, you would say, how was it said, while a reporter would say what was said, or critique would say why, or reporter would say where, who, when. So basically, a reporter is more descriptive about what they're trying to find out, and they're looking for more factual information, while a critiquer is more about analyzing a certain thing and being in depth and about what they are analyzing, and being persuasive on their certain opinions and morals. So now we'll be talking about the essays talked about in the Reading Pop Culture chapter 1. So the first essay is Overselling Capitalism with Consumerism by Benjamin R. Barber. And he explains how capitalism is negatively affecting consumers because they trick consumers into thinking they need to spend more on things they don't really need, rather than just to spend on necessities. And this he talks about how they aim more on the youth, because as they get older, they learn to be more inclined to buy things they want rather than what they need. And so usually these advertisements they try to advertise more luxurious, unnecessary items and things that an actual person doesn't really need. So the next essay is With These Words I Can Sell You Anything by William Lutz. And in this essay, he talks about the importance of the words advertisements use, and he explains how to look carefully through these slogans or advertisements to make sure we aren't being fooled by them. And so he explains that these companies basically use weasel words in their advertisements, and these weasel words are usually words like help, virtually, or new and improved. So basically, this is trying to get consumers to basically hear about a product that they want to hear. They want to trick consumers into hearing things they want to hear, rather than not talking about how these products really are. And so they try to use words that will catch consumers' eyes, although they may be very misleading. And now in this essay, Toys by Roland Barthes, he uses French toys as an example to show how these toys are made for children to prepare them for a specific gender role, so that they can meet these expectations as they get older. And so he discusses how these toys really just limit children's imaginations because they're forced into these gender roles. So, for example, like for little girl toys, they simulate, like, they make little babies that these little girls can take care of, and so it's kind of just simulating taking care of a real baby, preparing them for taking care of children in the future. And so rather than having these toys grow the imagination of children, it prepares them for their future lives instead. So in Solil Ho's Craving the Other, she talks about her perspective of being a Vietnamese American surrounding food and culture. And she explains that many people try to associate to someone else's culture based on their experience on trying their food. And through trying their food, they try to make it seem as if they already know the culture because they've tried the food. And because of this, many do not try to learn or find out more about the culture, and usually just stop at the discussion of food associated with the culture. So in Virginia Postrel's essay in Praise of Chain Stores, she talks about the benefits of having big companies or big stores in America. And she talks about how these large companies help provide job opportunities to the community, and also bringing these large stores into like small cities can benefit these companies because they are able to obtain more business, because there's not much stores located in those small cities. And also it helps those small cities obtain the necessities or the materials that they struggle to obtain. In Bill Bryson's essay, The Hard Shell Advertising in America, he talks about the use of advertisements, and how these advertisements don't actually have to be true. He says a lot of these slogans are made just to persuade consumers, rather than giving them actual information about the product. And as time goes, they must adjust to society's needs, to efficiently continue marketing their products efficiently. Yeah, they have to market their products according to what society's needs are during that time.